All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon. And in this video, man, oh man, oh man. Bill Haney gets busted lying again on a fighter and has a big response come back as Devin Haney was reportedly beating up Jose Ramirez so bad that Jose Ramirez had to go to an ambulance. Jose Ramirez's team responded, and the response is indicative of the state of boxing that we live in the world where guys like Bill Haney and Devin Haney and other people in that particular crowd have absolutely no regard for the truth whatsoever. That's the world we're living in boxing, and Bill Haney is the king of that stuff. This one is going to be a fun conversation because I want to show you the pattern and exactly what I'm talking about. Let's do that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to talk about, in the words of a very good YouTube channel, Southpaw TV, we're going to talk about Bill Haney, the king of all deceivers, and what he said about Jose Ramirez and how that is indicative of almost everything going on in boxing right now. It's like lying as a virus that now everybody is caught. So, but before I get into that, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. And if you're a longtime supporter and subscriber, thank you guys so much. Okay, so Bill Haney was in an interview or at the fight, I can't remember exactly where it was, but he says something to the effect of, no, I'm sorry, he did it on Twitter. He put out a Twitter post saying that Devin Haney, after the fight with Jose Ramirez was in an ambulance while Devin Haney was sitting ringside enjoying the fights. That it's not rock'em sock'em, it's boxing, it's not rock'em sock'em robots, right? Let me repeat that so we make sure that you understand what he said. He, on a tweet, said that Devin Haney was sitting ringside while Jose Ramirez was in an ambulance. And that was meant to show how easy the fight was, but also how much damage Devin Haney did to Jose Ramirez. Jose Ramirez's manager responded, and the answer was just so straightforward. Look, man, everybody had to go to get their checkup in the ambulance. Everybody had to do that. That is a standard thing you have to do. After you have a fight, the doctors look at you, you get a checkup, you put your clothes on and you can leave. For some reason, Devin Haney decided to skip that. Just like, for some reason, Devin Haney, when he stepped on the scale, decided not to let anybody, decided to cut the scale off when he stood on it. So nobody could see how much he weighed. Right? So one thing is he doesn't go to his post-fight checkup. The other thing is that he doesn't, before the fight, he doesn't let in the ceremonial weigh-in when they step on the scale. He turned it off, so all he did is step on the scale. That's why Southpaw calls Bill and those guys the kings of all deceivers. Anyway, the problem is, again, Jose Ramirez went to that ambulance because he had to go to that ambulance to get a checkup. Because if you recall, that fight was in Times Square, and it was outside in a cordoned off section. And there was no rooms in there for there to be a medical examiner there. So they had to go do it in an ambulance that they pulled up with. So the idea that Bill tried to convey was that Devin Haney beat him up so bad he had to go to an ambulance. But Jose Ramirez is telling you, no, we had to go to the ambulance because that was the only way to get checked up. Why would you do that shit, Bill? That's basically, it's like, bro, we had a good fight, right? Had a good fight. for Devin. It wasn't a good fight. It was a terrible, horrible fight. But regardless, Devin Haney wins the fight. Jose Ramirez loses the fight. They shake hands, go on about their business. But Devin and Bill want to add insult to injury just to build themselves up more on the back of Jose Ramirez on some stuff that is just absolutely not true. But this is not the first thing. It's not the first time this happens. Bill Haney, that Haney team, it's like reflex to lie. After Devin Haney beat Regis Prograis for the WBC 140-pound championship, somebody asked Bill Haney if Devin was going to be willing to fight the IBF champion at that time named Subriel Matias. Bill Haney said in an interview immediately that he had already talked to Peter Kahn, the manager for Subriel Matias, and that they had asked for $3 million for a fight and that they had already priced themselves out. Right? $3 million for a fight, but they had priced themselves out. But yet, Subriel Matias' team responds and says, hey, man, we don't even work with Peter Kahn. Why would you be talking to Peter Kahn about a contract with us? We never talked to anybody, right? So what did he do? He, again, in that instance, just knee-jerk, has a just unnecessarily big lie to tell. There's no reason to lie about Jose Ramirez, you beating up Jose Ramirez badly. Man, we saw the fight. You did not beat him up badly. You won the fight. Some clean punches, but like Gary Antoine Russell said, Gary Antoine Russell was like, yeah, there were punches, but they were like scared hooks. Yeah, they were clean, they landed, but they were scared. You were basically pulling out of there right when you're hitting. So, dog, it was not the best fight in the world. It was not the best fight in the world for Devin, but he won the fight. But he absolutely positively did not do enough damage where Jose Ramirez needed to be kept by an ambulance, as if they and watch this stuff. It's like they rushed an ambulance there. Like, can you see the picture that they tried to draw in your mind of a beaten up boxer, all swollen up, and is so hurting so bad that they have to rush an ambulance? That they have to rush. No, the ambulance is always there, man, and just to get your check up there. But look, again, lied unnecessarily about Subriel Matias, lied about Shakur Stevenson. Remember when Devin Haney and Bill Haney were saying, and lied about Gervonta? And I could go through examples of the same lie, the same type of lie, where you know it cannot be true, but yet he says it. Like when Bill Haney created this idea that you can activate your mandatory when you're the WBA world champion against the WBA super champion. Oh, all Gervonta Davis has to do is exercise his mandatory. I can't. It's just not true. Devin Haney was also out saying Gervonta Davis was his mandatory challenger, but Gervonta Davis ducked him by going to the WBA instead of being Devin Haney's mandatory. Even though I asked Bill Haney to his face, was Gervonta Davis ever Devin's mandatory? No, he wasn't. Of course he wasn't. But y'all forget the lies you told. On my channel, yeah, it is. No, it's not. No, he wasn't a mandatory. On somebody else's channel, yes, he was a mandatory. Just absolutely no reason for this type of stuff, man. No reason. But anyway, I'm just keeping tabs on it. Let you know how often it happens. Anyway, that's my take on the matter. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.